So our main character, Qiang, just regressed, and he suspects his three sisters can actually hear his inner thoughts. Should he warn his oldest sister about the guy she is currently babying?
This guy is Lin Chaxiao, the original story's male lead, who will eventually ruin the Bai family and steal all their wealth. Suddenly, the oldest sister drops her glass. Next, he wonders if he should tell his second sister that she will eventually
go blind for life after Lin Chaxiao poisons her, suffering excruciating pain every single day. Right then, the second sister suddenly jumps off Lin Chaxiao's lap. And what about the third sister? If she knew, she
would end up in a vegetative state, tormented by toxic anti-fans, all because of this villain? It is low-key heartbreaking. At that exact moment, the third sister, who was feeding Lin Chaxiao fruit,
stops mid-air and dumps the entire plate of fruit right onto his head. Qiang is totally conflicted. Should he actually speak up? Will they even believe him?
Probably not. In all his past lives, he tried absolutely everything to save them, but they just ended up hating him anyway. His oldest sister, a ruthless underworld boss, froze all his cards and kicked him out. Meanwhile, his second sister, a top doctor, actually cut off his painkillers to leave him in constant agony, while his third sister, a famous superstar, let her fans cyberbully him into oblivion. He ended up dying alone in the freezing rain. His very last memory was sitting in a broken wheelchair inside a tiny, dirty room while the sisters
pampered Lin Chaxiao, who was dressed in a luxury suit. Lin Chaxiao sneered, telling Qiang to apologize and call him brother-in-law if he wanted to go home.
Call him brother-in-law? No shot! This villain ruined Qiang's face, crippled him, and only married in to destroy the entire family. But the sisters thought he was just jealous. Qiang spat right in his face, yelling that he would rather die than call him that. Before he could finish, his oldest sister slapped him so hard his teeth loosened and his ears rang, looking at him with pure disgust.
She warned him that if he did not shut up, she would rip his mouth open himself. Qiang held his burning cheek, crying out for his sister.
But she snapped back, telling him to never call her sister again because he was dead to them. Those words sliced right through his soul. He gasped for breath as his heart condition flared up, begging for medicine. Suddenly, his second sister walked over, holding a burning cigarette. She pressed the glowing ember right into his hand, ignoring his screams, and told him his heart defect matched his black soul. As Qiang collapsed to the floor, gasping for air, his third sister crouched down, mocking him for acting like a victim. She laughed, saying his sob stories would not work here. He knew exactly what she meant. She was the one letting her fans torment him. They had pushed him off his wheelchair and left dead rats at his door until he was forced to live in a garbage dump shack. Without his heart medication, he could barely breathe. As his mind faded, he tried to remember just one happy memory, but found absolutely nothing. His sisters walked away, leaving him to die. Now he is back in his second regression, completely exhausted by this endless cycle. No matter what he does, he cannot beat the male lead's plot armor. It turns out they are living in a trashy novel, and Lin Chaxiao is the main character out to destroy the Bai family. His sisters are supposed to be the main villains, but they fell for this guy instantly, throwing away all their wealth and power just to back him up. In the end, it ruined them, leaving one crippled, one blind, and one brain dead. Yet whenever Qiang tried to expose him, they just blamed him. They thought he was just jealous. No matter how many times he regresses, this toxic main character always manipulates his sisters and takes his place. Honestly, our guy is completely burnt out. He knows he is about to wake up at the start again, but this time he is done trying to save them. He wakes up in a cozy, bright living room instead of his dirty shack. Delicious food sits in front of him, and then a familiar voice speaks up. It is Lin Chaxiao looking totally innocent and asking why Qiang is not eating his home-cooked meal. At this point in the timeline, the two of them are still supposed to be best friends, and Lin Chaxiao has already gained the family's trust. He even saved the sisters a few times, making him the golden boy of the family. Right now, he is wearing luxury clothes that Qiang bought him. He looks more like the heir than the actual young master. He acts so dramatic, biting his lip like a victim, claiming he cooked his favorite meal. He claims he learned how to prepare this seafood feast step by step from the family maid just to please him today. Since Qiang remains completely silent, Lin Chaxiao starts fake crying, asking if he's being ignored because he came from the slums. Qiang tries to reply, but his throat is so tight he can only make raspy noises. He is terrified of upsetting this guy because of his sisters. If he makes the golden boy sad, those three sisters will absolutely destroy him again. But the words just won't come out. Right on cue, the oldest sister glares at him with cold, dark eyes, asking if this is how a young master of the Bai family behaves. She demands he eat it, because it is the thought that counts. Qiang just looks down, laughing bitterly inside. How could he ever dare despise the family favorite?
Soon enough, this guy will own everything anyway, while the actual young master ends up a crippled beggar.
Watching his oldest sister defend him like this is wild. You would think Lin Chaxiao was her actual blood brother. Oh wait, not her brother, but her future lover. And did they all conveniently forget he is literally deadly allergic to seafood?
Suddenly, the entire table goes dead silent. The three sisters instantly freeze, their smiles completely vanishing.
Fighting the urge to throw up, Qiang forces himself to swallow the toxic food, plastering on a fake smile.
His oldest sister looks deeply shaken, almost as if her darkest secrets were just exposed. As he tries to leave, she reaches out to stop him.
But the second sister glares at her to back off, turning to Qiang with a surprisingly gentle voice, asking if he is okay.
That doctor is Xiao Yi. In Qiang's past life, he prescribed and then stopped Qiang's heart meds, watching him suffer. Total trash behavior.
He totally forgot how much he used to pamper Qiang. Now, Qiang stands in the shadows of the stairs, cold and completely done.
He tells them he is too tired to care anymore and will agree to anything. This actually makes second sister freeze and panic, realizing she messed up. Honestly, who forgets their own brother's life-threatening allergy? Qiang does not buy her excuses and just walks away. He knows once Lin Chaxiao shows up, he is done.
Our boy has completely given up on trying to win over this toxic family, but just as he is packing, a sudden knock brings him back to reality. Surprise, surprise, the resident green tea, Lin Chaxiao, is at the door doing his usual crying act. He is knocking like he will never stop.
He whines for Qiang to open up and apologize, begging him not to ignore him. Genuinely hard to listen to without rolling your eyes. But while he is acting all sweet, Qiang suddenly hears a robotic voice in his head. Oh yes, a system prompt, guys. Plot twist incoming.
Lin Chaxiao is literally complaining to his system that Qiang is going off script and ruining his favorability points. He is totally panicking behind that innocent face.
The system chimed in to tell him that his points dropped by 10 because the sisters think he is the bully now. Love to see it.
It assures him that the sister's favorability is still over 50. Hearing this, Qiang feels a cold shiver run down his spine. A wave of dread washes over him. Even in a warm room, he is shivering because he remembers hearing these exact voices in his past life.
Back then, after Lin Chaxiao secretly orchestrated Qiang's car accident, Qiang heard these exact voices while he was lying in a coma.
He heard Lin Chaxiao planning to ruin the Bai family as a stepping stone. The moment he woke up, he ran to his eldest sister. But no matter how hard he tried to warn her, eldest sister just looked at him with pure disgust. Talk about being completely blind.
Then Lin Chaxiao walks out of her private lounge, acting like a total victim. He plays the pity card, saying Qiang did not mean it.
He claims he forgives Qiang. Of course, seeing him act so submissive makes eldest sister even more furious at her own brother.
She literally screams at Qiang, accusing him of framing Lin Chaxiao and trying to lie right to her face. Honestly, this sister is insufferable. Apparently, Lin Chaxiao even took care of him in the hospital. That was the exact moment Qiang was fully abandoned by everyone. The Bai family threw him out in a heavy rainstorm with nothing but a small suitcase. Eldest sister did not show a single speck of mercy.
She literally shoved him into the mud and told him he was no longer a Bai. It is so satisfying knowing she will regret this later.
He still shivers remembering her cold words. So what is Lin Chaxiao plotting this time? Qiang does not even have to guess.
There is no doubt Lin Chaxiao is not alone out there. He is just trying to farm someone else's favorability points. But honestly, who even cares anymore? Qiang is leaving this toxic house anyway, but since he cannot avoid them today, he takes a deep breath and opens the door. Lin Chaxiao freezes, then immediately tries to grab Qiang's hand, but Qiang dodges. Lin Chaxiao starts whining his name in that annoying voice.
He acts all dramatic, but his eyes are actually locked on third sister standing right behind him. Classic green tea behavior, always playing for an audience.
This show is clearly staged just for third sister. In his past life, Qiang remembers Lin Chaxiao was only ever nice when the sisters were watching. When she finally speaks, Qiang expects her to defend Lin Chaxiao, but she's actually looking at Qiang with deep worry instead.
She asks if there is some kind of misunderstanding between them since they used to be best friends. Well, at least she sounds somewhat concerned.
According to her, Lin Chaxiao has been crying in secret, so she sighs and offers to introduce Qiang to a famous psychologist.
She suggests taking him there tomorrow if he has any mental issues he cannot share with the other sisters. Talk about a massive insult.
Wanting to send him to a shrink just because he does not like her favorite green tea is wild. In their eyes, he is the crazy one. Qiang points out that she did not care about his mental health when she let her toxic fans cyberbully him online. Absolutely roasted her.
He asks if she just wants to lock him up in an asylum to please Lin Chaxiao. Third sister freezes, her expression completely twisting. She looks down at her hands in utter shock and hesitantly asks Qiang if she did something wrong. She begs him not to hate her.
Qiang just shakes his head, full of suspicion, and slams the door shut. But then he hears a loud thud and a cry from Lin Chaxiao.
Suddenly, the system screams in panic because third sister's favorability points just plummeted. But instead of comforting him, third sister sounds incredibly cold.
She tells Lin Chaxiao that while her two sisters might be blind idiots, she is not. Oh, she is finally waking up, guys!
But Qiang cannot hear the rest as they walk away. Honestly, he does not care about her sudden change anyway. With how much they protected Lin Chaxiao before, he knows staying away is his only option. After all, nothing matters more than surviving.
From then on, Qiang stops going home and Lin Chaxiao basically moves in. The Bai family continues to hide Qiang's existence.
The public only knows about a pampered, sickly young master, and Lin Chaxiao is happily soaking up all that attention as the fake heir. He never denies the rumors and just smiles quietly, letting everyone assume he is the real young master. The audacity is off the charts.
Even Qiang's roommate asks why they do not hang out anymore, reminding him that they used to ride in the Bai family car together.
He asks if they had a falling out since Lin Chaxiao stopped sharing the luxury rides. Qiang just looks at him, totally unfazed.
Qiang ignores him, packing his things. The guy snaps like his toes got stepped on, throwing his phone and shrieking that Chaxiao is done with him, asking why he's still acting high and mighty after failing to gold dig the Bai family.
Chaxiao looks uncomfortable, tugging at his sleeve and whispering that Lin should just let it go, since everyone already knows Qiang hates him anyway. Chaxiao sighs that he cannot force a friendship, but Lin just crosses his arms and sneers. He just cannot stand Qiang acting so holier-than-thou.
Lin snaps that Qiang used to beg to be Chaxiao's friend, asking why is he pretending to be special now. He pauses, plotting something, then glares over with pure venom.
He warns Qiang to watch himself. With that threat, they finally walk off.
Before closing the door, Chaxiao throws a scheming look back. That is when Qiang hears him talking to a system, asking who has the highest favorability score right now. The system answers that the highest right now is Eldest Sister. It warns him to hurry up because a favorability score of 60 is still way too low.
He has to grind it to 80 within a week, or his future plot prediction locks up. Qiang remembers this exact arc. Eldest Sister gets stranded out at sea. Chaxiao is supposed to rescue her to secure her trust, but honestly, Qiang does not care. He packs up and heads to the library, only to get slammed with dirty looks.
People are whispering, asking if he is the Qiang from the school forum. The rumors claim he tried to sleep his way into the wealthy Bai family and failed miserably.
They call him disgusting, assuming that is why he fell out with Chaxiao.
Qiang tries to ignore the gossip, but a loud, clear voice suddenly cuts through the crowd. For some reason, Chaxiao shows up near the library, grabbing Qiang by the wrist so he cannot walk away. He starts pleading, telling Qiang not to listen to the rumors.
He keeps crying about how he believes Qiang, but he is not showing any actual proof. It just makes Chaxiao look like an angel while leaving Qiang framed.
Talk about a classic play victim move. Qiang staying silent just makes him look guilty, and the crowd starts trash-talking him even harder while Chaxiao plays the victim.
Tears are literally swelling in his eyes. And honestly, does this guy have any other tricks besides crying? Qiang tries to shake him off, but Chaxiao keeps a tight grip.
Suddenly, Chaxiao's system blares a warning. It says third sister is approaching, warning him to stay in character so his favorability score does not tank. Chaxiao instantly panics, raising his voice with a dramatic sob to defend Qiang, begging the crowd to stop talking trash because they have got Qiang all wrong.
This performance is wild. Anyone watching would think they are best friends, especially since Qiang supposedly seduced his sisters.
Qiang scoffs at the absolute hypocrisy. But looking down at his red, swollen wrist from Chaxiao's tight grip, he finally scowls in annoyance.
Right then, third sister's voice cuts through the crowd. Even with her hat and sunglasses on, her crazy good visuals immediately give her away.
Fans instantly recognize her, screaming in excitement. They assume she is here to back up Chaxiao, since his supposed best friend Qiang is such a gold digger.
They think she is protecting her sweet little brother from Qiang. The crowd watches eagerly, expecting third sister to absolutely destroy Qiang right here.
People are gushing over how gorgeous she is, wishing they were close with Chaxiao to get an autograph. The noise is deafening, but Qiang just feels completely detached.
He is the target, yet he feels completely detached, just wishing this stupid drama would end. If she is here to defend Chaxiao, why is she just standing there? Qiang expects her to push him and start yelling, but third sister just frowns. Under the shocked gazes of the crowd, she walks straight past Chaxiao, completely ignoring him, and reaches out to the person behind him.
She hands a cake to Qiang, her voice incredibly sweet and caring. She apologizes for being too busy with work lately and asks if he is doing okay at school.
She even offers her apartment near campus for him to stay in, proudly presenting the strawberry cake she bought him.
She pouts that she was in too much of a rush to get his favorite brand, promising to get it next time. The entire crowd goes dead silent. Chaxiao looks like he just swallowed a lemon. Qiang tightly presses his lips together, refusing to take the cake, wondering what kind of game she is playing now. Qiang wonders if she wants to repeat her old tricks, making everyone misunderstand their connection so they will bully him. This feels like a trap.
With her crazy fans in the mix, getting acid thrown in his face like in his past life would probably be considered a merciful ending. Just remembering that bone-deep pain of his past life makes him shake. Honestly, whenever Chaxiao is involved, nothing but pure misery follows.
Third sister's face drops, and she snaps at the crowd, asking what they mean by Qiang seducing her. She yells that the Bai family has only ever had one young master. That young master is He Qiang, while Chaxiao is just a house servant. Meanwhile, Chaxiao's system starts screaming that third sister's favorability is tanking fast.
Chaxiao finally loses his cool. He thought third sister cared about him too much to ever expose the fact that he is just a servant. Now, all the malicious glare shift right back onto Chaxiao. His face goes pale as he desperately tries to save himself.
What is wrong with being a servant? I earn my own money, unlike you spoiled heirs born with silver spoons.
You just reach out and get everything, but you still cannot trample my dignity like this. This speech completely stuns everyone, leaving even the third sister drowning in guilt. Lin Chaxiao runs away crying. Right then, the system alerts him that the third sister's favorability is back to 50. Once they realize who he is, their attitudes completely flip.
He Lin confesses online that she only posted the slander because of Lin Chaxiao's lies.
She begs He Qiang to forgive her, admitting she was just a brainless tool used by Lin Chaxiao. The internet immediately turns on Lin Chaxiao, absolutely roasted. The sisters have seen plenty of ungrateful, vain hypocrites who pretend to be self-reliant, but immediately bite the hand that feeds them.
Yet the moment his job is mentioned, he throws a crying fit. If he really didn't care about status, why did he let everyone mistake him for the Bai family's heir?
Why didn't he explain? Meanwhile, He Qiang doesn't even know about the online drama until his eldest sister calls him with a freezing tone, ordering him home. It is extremely obvious she wants to stick up for Lin Chaxiao. He Qiang drags his feet until sunset before showing up, only to find that green tea villain weeping in the middle of the sisters. This exact scene triggers a flashback to the nightmare He Qiang saw right before his tragic death in his past life. History is literally repeating itself. Third sister looks conflicted and wants to step forward, but she ends up staying by the green tea villain's side, telling He Qiang he went way too far. He went too far? Honestly, He Qiang is just pure bitter and confused, not even knowing what he did wrong. It was Lin Chaxiao who hid his identity and let everyone spread rumors that Qiang was a gold digger. Through all of this, has Qiang said a single bad word?
But seeing his own sisters treat him like a criminal makes him completely lose hope. He freezes at the door, refusing to take another step inside.
There is clearly no room for him in this house anymore. Suddenly, something clicks for the third sister, and her expression completely changes as she rushes over. But as she approaches him, Lin Chaxiao's cheat system starts screaming warnings. Third sister's favorability is plummeting fast, dropping down to 40 and then 30. Second sister's favorability is crashing down to 10. Both sisters' ratings are completely tanking, while eldest sister just watches Qiang with a heavy, unreadable gaze. Desperately trying to save himself, Lin Chaxiao lunges forward to grab the eldest sister's hand like a lifeline, crying and insisting he is not that kind of person. He claims he never cared about the Bai family's massive wealth and only wanted their love because they feel like his real family. Talk about an absolute joke. Like, who is actually going to believe that? Second sister immediately cuts through the nonsense with a cold, sarcastic reality check. She coldly asks why he did not show some of that supposed pride when he was happily accepting those limited edition clothes and luxury sports cars from Qiang. Third sister might be a bit slow to catch on, but once the second sister points out the obvious loophole, she gets absolutely fuming with rage. The angry sister demands to know why he insisted on sharing the family car with Qiang to school, and why he stayed silent when people mistook him for the eldest young master. He wasn't indifferent, he was completely obsessed with status. Just like that, the two sisters' favorability for him drops straight to 0. Realizing his game is almost up, Lin Chaxiao clings to eldest sister like his life depends on it. She gently pats his hair, telling him not to worry. Eldest sister promises to protect him as long as he is innocent, while the snake of a villain throws a smug, mocking smirk at Qiang from the shadows. Qiang just sneers back, silently wishing him luck with using his system to manipulate the eldest sister. If he succeeds, she will definitely fall for him. After all, with a life-saving favor to hold over her head, she would probably agree to marry him, even if he blackmailed her. Imagine letting a guy who wants to destroy the Bai family marrying the eldest sister while simultaneously seducing the other two. What a twisted plot. Honestly, Qiang just wants to lock them together and escape this toxic mess. Eldest sister gives him one last deeply complicated look, probably wanting him gone. He cannot read her expression at all, but he guesses she wants to kick him out of the house, just like in his past life. To save her the trouble, he packs his bags, takes everything that actually belongs to him, and walks out for good. Having secured his own money on a new card, he easily avoids the miserable slums of his past life. Surprisingly, the other two sisters keep visiting him. Their eyes are filled with pure regret now. Second sister constantly spends hours trying to chat with him like a child, but he gives absolutely no response. She always leaves disappointed, and third sister keeps begging him to see a doctor, but her Qiang just shakes his head. Then, 2 weeks later, things change. An invitation arrives for a yacht art exhibition by his absolute favorite painter. Not suspecting a trap, Qiang packs up and goes. But the actual gallery on the cruise ship is tiny. The whole thing is clearly just a playground for wealthy elites to mingle. That is when he spots his eldest sister, and standing right next to her in a fancy suit is none other than Lin Chaxiao. The villain gives him a smug smirk, talking to his system about how Qiang is the one destined to die at this plot point. Lin Chaxiao boasts that without the Bai family, Qiang is absolutely nothing and deserves to be used as a stepping stone. Eldest sister spots them too. Frowning with a bad feeling, she turns to question Lin Chaxiao, but by the time she looks back, Qiang is gone. Our boy has already vanished into the crowd. Suddenly, Lin Chaxiao's venomous voice whispers right in his ear like a lingering poison. Mocking Qiang, the villain tells him to enjoy his final moments. Qiang just sighs, knowing the psychopath is completely unhinged. Knowing the villain had bad intentions, Qiang never expected them to be bold enough to drug and kidnap him right out of the crowd. When he finally wakes up, he is literally dangling over the side of the cruise ship, suspended just 2 meters above the pitch-black crashing sea. And right next to him is Lin Chaxiao, who immediately starts crying crocodile tears, begging their sister to save Qiang instead. Playing the ultimate victim, he claims his own life is worthless. Behind them, the kidnapper asks eldest sister to make her choice. One is her real biological brother. The other is her adoptive favorite. Now, Qiang finally sees through the villain's sick game completely. Lin Chaxiao wants to crush Qiang's spirit by making Eldest Sister abandon him. Too bad for him, he completely miscalculated.
Since he already died once in his past life, Qiang has cast aside all family affection. As Eldest Sister hesitates, he only cares about surviving. Bai Huan points at Qiang, while Chen Sheng pleads to release the innocent Lin Chaxiao. The suit guy just bursts out laughing.
He mocks Eldest Sister for sacrificing her own brother to save her skin, then waves his hand to let his thugs pull a dirty trick.
They pretend to untie Qiang, but cut his rope instead, leaving him dangling by a single thread as the suit guy sneers. The suit guy sneers, exposing that she only pretends to care about Qiang to protect her actual brother from getting hurt.
Qiang mentally rolls his eyes, knowing these two plot-armored geniuses always escape anyway. They will probably end up kissing on some lifeboat. He wishes the villain would just slash Lin Chaxiao instead to make Eldest Sister cry. Eldest Sister compromised, offering to pull out of the massive Chengnan bidding war just to save Qiang from falling. Lin Chaxiao cries tears of gratitude, but the suit guy coldly dismisses the deal. He wants the entire Bai and Qi family partnership too. This massive greed completely shocks the scheming Lin Chaxiao. This is not what they planned. When Lin Chaxiao coughs to warn him, the thug cuts another rope and glares him down. The thug exposes Lin Chaxiao for leaking the secrets. Lin Chaxiao panics, forgetting he is still dangling over a raging storm. The rope snaps. Lin Chaxiao screams, lunging to use Eldest Sister as a human shield as they both plunge into the freezing ocean. As Eldest Sister struggles to stay afloat, Qiang plays the hero, telling her not to worry. Eldest Sister secretly calls him a massive hypocrite, but luckily the rescue team pulls her shivering body onto a speedboat. Her assistant wraps her in a warm coat as she looks out at Lin Chaxiao getting absolutely destroyed by 30-meter waves. By the time they drag him out, he is barely breathing. The suit guy screams about who called the cops, and Eldest Sister smirks. It was her. Knowing Lin Chaxiao was scheming, she pre-booked the police and rescue, leaving Qiang totally stunned. Qiang holds back a laugh at the sheer satisfaction. Eldest Sister looks at the unconscious Lin Chaxiao and coldly orders him treated. She wants him alive, but miserable. Lin Chaxiao survives with permanent injuries, landing a clean 5-year prison sentence. Later, Eldest Sister takes Qiang to visit him. Through the visitation glass, a miserable Lin Chaxiao still hopes she will save him. He begs her to save him, blaming Qiang, but Eldest Sister completely shuts him down. Honestly, this payoff is so satisfying to watch. Lin Chaxiao pales, screaming in his mind at his system. Why is his 80 favorability rating not working? She should be madly in love. Glitching out, it breaks down into literal static because Lin Chaxiao is too ruined to sustain the connection. Repair fails. Favorability drops like a rock. 80, 70, 60, 50. Lin Chaxiao completely loses his mind. The drop to negative 80 favorability is absolutely insane. He throws a massive tantrum, refusing to believe the system data, screaming her name. He screams her name, clinging to his last hope. Eldest Sister is his only ticket out, but she ignores his crying and turns to Qiang, mocking the fake system. She asks if his system is actually garbage. Both Qiang and Lin Chaxiao freeze, staring at her like a literal ghost. Qiang only knows because of his regression and telepathic powers. But how did she find out? Eldest Sister refuses to explain. Instead, she coldly tells Lin Chaxiao that since he wants out, she is donating him to a high-tech state laboratory for some testing. They are studying human brain mapping, and a system host is the perfect lab rat. Lin Chaxiao is absolutely terrified, begging to stay in prison. But his begging does nothing. His head is strapped with wires, wrapped like a literal mummy, and shipped off to the research facility. Qiang is forced back to the Bai household, where his sisters suddenly wake up and try to spoil him. But the damage is done. He feels zero belonging. Second sister, busy at the lab, brings back crazy updates on their favorite lab rat. They actually found the system. Second sister smugly asks the siblings to guess where the system was hiding inside Lin Chaxiao. She points to her head. It is right inside his brain. During the initial scans, they assumed it was just a tumor.
Instead, the dark spot is a mass of highly advanced encrypted data that current technology cannot even begin to decode. But once they crack it, they can build their own systems. As for Lin Chaxiao, the intense experiments completely broke his physical body. His body was discarded, but since the system resides in his brain, they just keep his brain alive in a jar.
Later, Eldest Sister sits down with Qiang. She reveals she actually regained her past life memories right after he moved back to school.
Turns out she is a regression master too. She heard his telepathic thoughts, realized Lin Chaxiao had a cheat system, and played along. She bait and switched the villain to take down the entire system. Now, seeing Qiang packing his bags, she asks if he is really leaving. At airport security, Qiang nods. Even with Lin Chaxiao punished and his sisters repenting, the trauma from his past life cannot be erased. He cannot just pretend nothing happened and play the happy young master of the Bai family again, ignoring his deep psychological scars. Instead, he chooses to study abroad to chase his dream of becoming an artist, leaving their broken family drama behind for good.
Honestly, realizing how badly they messed up is already the ultimate punishment for his sisters.
After all, their real brother died by their own hands. He decides it is finally time to leave. He speaks, leaving the eldest sister completely frozen. His mutism is finally cured.
This is his first time speaking to them, and it is a final goodbye as he walks away.
He walks away toward a brighter future, completely cutting ties with them.
He is finally free.